although I think we as a society, we have a duty
Mhm.
of trying to create avenues so people don't give up on life, don't give up on anything because
Which I think is good. That's a good thing.
yeah, I think it's up to us if we have compassion, which I think is the most important thing we need in this world today. Compassion, which means not is not pity, is like understanding the person's suffering, and that goes to love thy neighbor is
Yeah.
very important part of love thy neighbor. And I think if we want to live in a society when we cultivate compassion, we should create ways that people shouldn't get extreme ideas and extreme measures, because life is so beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing, and of course, is what is ugly about mankind is very ugly,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know. But what is beautiful about mankind is also amazing. And I give you an example. One of the things that I always get emotional about is when I see, like, for example, like this fourth grade kid has cancer and has to shave the head, and the whole class
yeah.
shaves the head together. This is what mankind is about. I think we are inherently good, and the proof of that is remember I mentioned about the in the Second World War. Hitler was initially the plan to kill the Jews was by bullet. So they put all the people in like this trenches or whatever, and they would shoot them, and then they just
Yeah.
put some dirt on them. But uh, some problems started to happen because the soldiers started to have some psychological problems. They were not even the ones that believed in the cause. They started to have problems. They're not feeling they're doing the right thing. So the measure was okay, let's bring the worst, more bloodthirsty soldiers from the front to do this job because they love to kill, they love to fight. Again, they put these guys to as execute the Jews. They also start having psychological problems, and then
Mhm.
they saw that okay, this is not working, and the bullets, the ammunition is expensive, and then they started using the gas chambers. So a terrible, terrible, terrible part of history, but we can take something good from it, which is humans are good. We have this good nature, and we should capitalize that. We should invest in that instead of invest in our dark side. So I think that should be the message. We should cultivate compassion because we have that, and is but it's like everything. I remember one of my masters, my meditation masters and Buddhist masters used to say that the mind is a wild horse. You have to tame it every day. You know, the horse, if you don't ride the horse every day, even if it's the most obedient horse, if you don't ride him like for a month, the next time you're going to be on the horse, he's not going to let you ride because you have to always work. And your mind is the same thing. Because Buddhism to me is not a religion, it's more like a training of the mind. Because you have to tame your mind all the time. You have to discipline your mind all the time. And we're getting to the end.
Yeah.
I would say my since I'm talking about this, I'm giving my last remarks and then some announcements in the end, and then I'll pass to you. What I want to say is one of the teachers, the Buddhist teachers that I had in the past, he said, uh, "Not even ourselves are the way we want. We are always like we could work out more."
Mhm.
We could, lose some pounds. We could drink a little less. We could eat
Yeah.
less sugar. I definitely could eat less sugar. There's not even ourselves. We are not the way we want it to be. Why we want the other people to be
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly the
Yeah.
way we want to be? So I mean, that's my message. after he has his final remarks, I go with some announcements, and then
Well,
we
we'll have to next time maybe start with this or throw it in there somehow, as people are going to be like, "Wait, what? We didn't hear the end." Because I disagree. I think we are not inherently good. So that might be a good way. I think we're inherently
can go.
evil,
Yeah.
and that might be a good place to start next time with the conversation. But I do think compassion is something that is paramount, and being able to empathize with other people, and not just empathize, but actually have, heart for other people in a society. And we mentioned, societies and how our societies function. I think there is such a huge difference. I mean, why is there an issue with anxiety and depression and stress so much in our culture right now? I mean, how much of that is the way our culture is structured? I mean, there were other societies where it was the, if you want a successful life, you die on the battlefield. That's not how we don't have that mentality here in the United States. Although I might share a little bit of that sentiment with that culture. Well, what do we, and maybe we can bring up this next time also, what do we prioritize as a society? What do we push as something worth, your life? Is it finances? Is that something that we push in our society? I mean, comment in the feed below. Share some of your thoughts. And as we close here, what are your thoughts? What are your opinions on some of the things that we brought up? Do you disagree with us? Please share how you disagree. We want this to be a discourse with everyone watching and listening just as much as it is with us here. We want to hear your thoughts. If you have anything to share on some of the history, on some of the philosophy, on some of the religion we brought up, on some of the politics, if we got any of our facts wrong, share in the feed. We want to learn, we want to grow, we want to learn from you guys as well. This is an open discourse. The whole idea is that we are critically thinking through everything around us.
Absolutely. And as I like to, we say that in Brazil, if you like the podcast, recommend to your friends. If you didn't like, recommend to your enemies. So please don't forget to subscribe. All the things that you know about, YouTube and Rumble. Please subscribe. Please share this video in a social media if you like our content. If you hate it, also too, because we have to be stopped. So share with your friends.
Share with everyone.
Share with everyone, because I think society needs to have critical thinking. That's what's lacking, and we want to bring that. We want to bring a neutral, an unbiased, set of ideas, and debate those ideas with you. And again, comment, send us an email, and next podcast we're going to read them. So please help us to get this podcast to be popular and to be watched. If you like, if you don't like, recommend to your enemies and make them suffer. Look into both of us.
That's right. All right. Well, thanks, guys. We'll see you next time on Critical Thinker.
Bye-bye.